小小咪又到我们的故事时间了，请问今天要讲什么故事啊
Bedtime for Francis。
你猜 Francis 是什么动物？
是只小熊。
你觉得它是小熊？它看起来好可爱哦，这是它的小床哎，要睡觉了。这本书是 Penny 奶奶送我们的耶，你猜猜这本书年纪有多大了？我那天看了一下它出版的时间 ，Copyright Text Copyright 是1960。1960是什么概念？1960就这本书已经60岁了耶，跟爸比差不多大了。所以是 Francis 要去睡觉的故事，我们来讲一下。The big hand of the clock is at 12. The little hand is at 7. 对不对 ？Big hand, little hand. 所以现在什么？几点钟 ？It is 7 o'clock. It is bedtime for Francis. Mother said, "It is time for bed." Father said, "It is time for bed." Francis said, "I want a glass of milk." "All right," said father. "All right," said mother. "You may have a glass of milk." Francis drank the milk. 咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜。喝完了，睡前奶，该睡了吧？"Carry me to my room, father," said Francis. "All right," said father. "Oh, piggyback," said Francis. So father carried her piggy back to her room. Father kissed Francis good night. Mother kissed Francis good night. Francis said, "May I sleep with my teddy bear?" Father gave her the teddy bear. Francis said, "May I sleep with my doll too?" Mother gave her the doll. "Good night," said father. "Good night," said mother. "Did you kiss me?" said Francis. "Yes," said mother. "Yes," said father. 它是一只很可爱的小熊，是不是？还是小动物就对了。它很needy，很想要它的爸爸妈妈。"Kiss me again," said Francis. Father kissed her again. Mother kissed her again. They closed the door. "May I have my door open?" said Francis. Father opened the door. "Good night," said mother. "Good night," said father. "Good night," said Francis. Francis could not sleep. She closed her eyes, but she still could not sleep. So she began to sing a little song about the alphabet. She made it up as she went along. 睡不着怎么办呢？那我们就来编一首歌吧。A is for apple pie, B is for bear, C is for crocodile combing his hair. D is for dumplings. Francis kept singing through E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, and R, and she had no trouble until she got near the end of the alphabet. S is for sailboat, T is for tiger, U is for underwear done in the dryer. Francis stopped because dryer did not sound like tiger. She started to think about tigers. She thought about big tigers and little tigers, baby tigers and mother and father tigers, sister tigers and brother tigers, aunt tigers and uncle tigers. 她想了好多事情哦。"I wonder if there are any tigers around here," she said. Francis looked around her room. She thought maybe she could see a tiger in the corner. She was not afraid, but she wanted to be sure. So she looked again. She was sure she could see a tiger. She went to tell mother and father. "There is a tiger in my room," said Francis. "Did he bite you?" said father. "No," said Francis. "Did he scratch you?" said mother. "No," said Francis. "Then he is a friendly tiger," said father. "He will not hurt you. Go back to sleep." "Do I have to?" said Francis. "Yes," said father. "Yes," said mother. Father kissed her, mother kissed her. Francis went back to bed and finished her song on the way. She closed her eyes again. She still could not sleep. Francis opened her eyes and looked around. She saw something big and dark. "Giants are big and dark," she thought. "Maybe that is a giant." I think it is a giant. I think that giant wants to get me. She went into the living room. 她的想象力很丰富哦。Mother and father were watching television and having tea and cake. Frances said, "There is a giant in my room. May I watch television?" "No," said mother. "No," said father. Frances said, "The giant wants to get me. May I have some cake?" Father gave Frances a piece of cake. Father said, "How do you know he wants to get you?" Frances said, "Isn't that what giants do?" Father said, "Not always. Why don't you ask him what he wants?" Frances went back to her room. She went right over to the giant. She said, "What do you want, giant?" 真的有 giant 的吗？嘿，就是谁？ She took a good look at him. There was no giant. It was just the chair and her bathrobe. So she went to bed again. Frances was not very tired and did not close her eyes. She looked up at the ceiling. There was a crack in the ceiling and she thought about it. Maybe something will come out of that crack, she thought. Maybe bugs or spiders. Maybe something with a lot of skinny legs in the dark. 她开始看着天花板的裂缝，开始胡思乱想啊！你也会这样子吗？She went to get father. He was brushing his teeth. Frances said, "Something scary is going to come out of the... Something scary is going to come out of the crack in the ceiling. I forgot to brush my teeth." Father said, "You brush your teeth and I will have a look." Frances brushed her teeth. Father came back and said, "Nothing could come out of such a little crack. But if you are worried about it, get somebody to help you watch. You can take turns." 爸爸说的没错哦，有人帮你盯着，就不会有人跑进来了。Frances told her teddy bear to watch. They took turns for a while. Then Frances got tired of it and let Teddy do all the watching. Frances got up and went to the bathroom. When she came back, she was not sleepy at all. The window was open and the wind was blowing the curtains. 窗外有什么呢？ "I do not like the way those curtains are moving," said Frances. "Maybe there is something waiting, very soft and quiet. Maybe it moves the curtains just to see if I'm watching." She went into Mother and Father's room to tell them. They were asleep. Frances stood by Father's side of the bed very quietly, right near his head. She was so quiet that she was the quietest thing in the room. She was so quiet that Father woke up all of a sudden, with his eyes wide open. He said, "Huh?" Frances said, "There is something moving the curtains. May I sleep with you?" Father said, "Listen, Frances. Do you want to know why the curtains are moving?" "Why?" said Frances. "That is the wind's job," said Father. "Every night the wind has to go around and blow all the curtains." "How can the wind have a job?" said Frances. "Everybody has a job," said Father. "I have to go to my office every morning at 9 o'clock. That is my job. You have to go to sleep so you can be wide awake for school tomorrow. That is your job." Frances said, "I know, but..." Father said, "I have not finished. If the wind does not blow the curtains, he will be out of a job. If I do not go to the office, I will be out of a job. And if you do not go to sleep now, do you know what will happen to you?" "I will be out of a job," said Frances. "No," said Father. "I will get a spanking." I will get a spanking," said... 这是 Frances 说的。"I will get a spanking," said Frances. "Right," said Father. Good night, said Frances. And she went back to her room. Frances closed the window and got into bed. Suddenly there was a noise at the window. She heard bump and thump. Oh, I know something will get me this time, she thought. 到底是什么？你很害怕吗？ She jumped out of bed and went to tell mother and father. When she got to their door, she thought about it some more and decided not to tell them. She went back to her room. Frances heard the noise at the window again. She pulled the covers over her head. I wonder what it is, she thought. If it is something very bad, father will have to come and chase it away. She pulled off the covers and stood on her bed so she could look out the window. She saw a moth bumping against the window. 所以应该不是什么恐怖的东西吧？ Bump and thump, his wings smacked the glass. Whack and smack, hack and smack made Frances think of a spanking. And all of a sudden she was tired. She lay down and closed her eyes so she could think better, she thought. There were so many giants and tigers and scary and exciting things before that I am pretty tired now. That is just a moth and he is only doing his job. The scent is the wind. His job is bumping and thumping, and my job is to sleep. So she went to sleep and did not get out of bed again until mother called her for breakfast. 终于睡着了啊 The end. 哦，这本书好珍贵哦，非常非常珍贵的书，感谢佩妮奶奶，谢谢她。好啦，这本就是 Bedtime for Frances， 那现在应该是 Bedtime for Little Me， 小小咪该睡觉了，晚安。